Alright, you ready to go? Okay. Oh, shit, I didn't put the intro clip, so we're just gonna switch right over. Ready, steady, and go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and this time we actually have 30 frames.
Hey, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, for 30 frames, it's a lot better than we were doing last night, which was like 12. So I'm Vid, this is Rexco Dragon, and of course we are back with some GRLCS Spring 2020 Diamond Capped Shadow Isles Conference Week 6 action.
Yep, and since this is week 6, this is basically some rematches from other matches. Right now we have Dog with Hat Gang versus Peter Time. Dog with Hat Gang winning their previous time against Peter Time. So let me go ahead and start with introductions. We have Parry Difference playing Fiora in the top lane, Doc playing the Sejuani in the jungle, Killering, Cassiopeia in mid, Vital in and Blonde Halfling playing the Ezreal, and Leona bot lane.
Meanwhile, we've got Peter Time on the red side, Cell Dank Memes for RP in the top lane on set, Desensitize playing Kayn in the jungle, Chicago Tunin on Silas in the mid lane, and our bot lane, Siki G and Chocolate Burger on Misfortune and Karma. So, as you said, these are the two teams they met last time, and as you can see up there, 3-2 versus 2-3. The only difference in their match results is that Dog with Hat Gang beat Peter Time last time. So, as we saw yesterday with those middle-of-the-pack teams, Peter Time is coming back to try and punch up and even that up with Dog with Hat Gang.
Yep, and with Dog Hat Gang, they are looking pretty good here, Killering a very solid mid laner, as well as their comp is looking pretty solid as well. Have a lot of pick potential with the Petrifying Gaze, the Glacial Prison, and the Blonde Halfling Solar Flare once we get into the later parts of the game.
That's, yeah, I mean, it's team fight versus also kind of team fight. The Kayn is a little bit interesting just in terms of a team fight, but of course so is the Fiora.
Yeah, seeing that the Kayn has taken Conqueror, he'll most likely go what normal Kayns do and grab red that we've seen in this season so far. And then the Silas is a very good pick here because there's a lot of good ultimates to steal from the side of Dog with Hat Gang.
And I have no doubt in my mind that that is the reason that he picked Silas. I mean, you've got the Glacial Prison, you've got the Petrifying Gaze, and the Solar Flare. All three of those are just absolutely fantastic for a Silas to take for a team fight.
Yep, definitely so. I'm not sure if you were able to hear it in the background, but there's a little dog barking in the backyard, so sorry about that if you hear it.
Of course, everyone is home now for coronavirus, but We're all doing this together, which is why, of course, we have had a few stream issues. We've had to move our regular streaming location due to quarantine concerns. But a little bit of a fight coming out in the mid lane because Desensitize is here for a gank. They're going to slow down Killer and force his flash. The flash forward by Desensitize. It's going to get the first blood.
And again, this first blood is pretty impactful considering it's a Kayn. So getting his orbs, which they just recently buffed, I believe, where he can get orbs a little bit more smoothly and faster throughout the game as it goes, so he can get his transformation. And then, so getting these early ganks off to grab some early orbs is very nice. And then since he is going to want that red form, he's probably going to visit blue side, or mid, sorry, to grab some filler orbs and then be a lot in the top side to round it out, I should say.
Yeah, Chicago Tonin should have a pretty easy time in this lane after this first kill that he got. You know, he's more of an assassin much more of an assassin than Killering. And since Killering used both of his summoners in that trade, Chicago Tonin didn't use a single one. I think this will be much easier for him and will free up Desensitize to go top and help deal with help Seldank memes for RP deal with parry difference.
Yep. And right now in the ball lane, not too much of a difference right here. Even in CS, the wave is pretty much resetting right here. Maybe like 2 CS difference, but again, it's pretty negligible considering you know how well both sides are farming right now. So 2 CS difference can't very much alter as the game goes.
And I'm actually, sidebar, I'm actually happy to see that Gun Goddess Misfortune is being played more. Now that TFT Set 3 is out, I'm sure that skin is getting a lot more attention than it did when it came out. And the attention that it's getting is much less negative.
It is a pretty nice skin, especially how you can switch between 4 different forms, so it's like a skin that comes with its own chromas.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. I mean, of course, they caught a lot of flack about the whole ultimate skin thing because chromas exist, but I thought it was pretty neat, and I liked the idea of switching whenever you want, as opposed to like how Lux can only switch, twice in the game.
Yeah, where she gets the one element, then combines with a second element to get a final thing, which was cool. But being able to switch whenever you want is also really nice.
It's different things appeal to different folks, I guess. But we have seen parry difference hitting some really good ripostes here against Seldank for RP.
Yeah, seeing that Fiora is quite a bit of, like, not too much of an early game top laner, I would say. She does have the vitals, which helps a lot, but we're seeing the gank from both sides.
Yeah, the bot lane here, Chocolate Burger goes down immediately. Doc got all of that CC up, and Desensitize was not able to find anything on the parry difference, so advantage, Dog with Hat Gang.
Yeah, seeing that since parry difference was already so close to his tower and getting some really strong damage off of Seldank memes, he's able to get a trade out pretty safely without needing to really burn anything. Still having his flash available too, so pretty strong on the side of Dog with Hat Gang.
And Mulan Halfling did... Oh! Glacial Prison gonna go a little bit wide here for Chicago Tonin, so his ult is down, his mana is low, and Killering is back in lane.
Yep, able to pick up these minions. This is, I believe that's Felure Silas with a white chroma.
Oh
so,
yeah, the
pretty
Felure
cool.
Silas skin. I like it. The Assassin's Creed Silas is really my John.
Yeah, and parry difference, really using these movement speeds she gets from the vitals proccing, doing an excellent job of utilizing that movement speed in order to dodge all of these haymakers, or using riposte when she knows she can't dodge it.
These trades are just so different in the way that the champions play them, and parry difference is quite literally running circles around Seldank memes for RP here.
Yeah, doing an excellent job at handling this mosh pit boss right here.
Yeah, look at that. He just goes for everything, but right there, the riposte evens up the entire trade. And if he gets vitals, I mean, that swings way back in the parry difference's favor.
And I would say Fiora scales really well into the late game as opposed to... Oh!
Wow, that was the ultimate coming out. The grand challenge to follow. Parry difference again running around. Can he get the fourth proc? The Haymaker forces the flash. And Seldank memes for RP. Again, you see the difference in styles of these champions.
Yeah, you see that Set wants to go all in and do really good damage all around, while Parry Differences has to play a little ring around the rosy.
And now another engage. Blonde Halfling may be caught vital, also has to jump away. The flash forced by Chicago Tonin, and Blonde Halfling finally goes down. CKG puts himself on the board.
Yeah, getting that kill advantage is pretty nice. We're going to see a typical Misfortune build where she goes crit, where Israel's probably just going to do the normal, you know, Muramana, where that's a little stronger, where crit, where it's pretty strong, where crit isn't strong at some parts of the game, and it's still a very strong late game powerhouse.
Yeah,
so we'll see how well. Yeah.
Two different spikes where crit usually takes about, you know, crit like has its spike on the first item, and then that spike at like 3 items. Really, Ezreal spikes at his 2-item Muramana and Sheen item.
Yep, and
CKG,
doing an excellent job at these trades.
Yeah, it's gonna get away. He did have to use the Make It Hail, but oh man, Killering is here, and that's 2 flashes used, 2 ultimates used.
Yeah, so that's less that Chicago has to worry about in terms of engage. So he has a little bit more control around this lane, not having his ultimate up, but very soon up. They're going for the engage right here.
Yeah, he knows that Killering is in a weak spot without his ultimate, without his flash. So if Chicago Tonin can get a good re-engage here, he may be able to kill it. Doc is still waiting. Chicago Tonin may have gonna too far forward, gonna get knocked up. He is going to get some damage off on Killering, but it will not complete here. Desensitize is on the way, doesn't have the Umbral Trespass. Now stun, double stun here. Chicago Tonin going very low. The ignite used by Blonde Halfling, who is going to find the kill. Desensitize though, gets Doc, gets Killering, that's 2! Is he gonna find a third? No, it looks like he might just run away. But Karma's coming.
Yeah, being cautious of the Karma, or being cautious about if there's anyone else that's rotating around to the map over to where Desensitize is, since Leona has such a strong lockdown CC.
Yeah, Vital had backed off for a second there, out of the lane, so I'm sure Desensitize didn't want to go further in, knowing that Ezreal might have been able to re-engage.
Yeah, I don't want to give a shutdown to the Ezreal to get him his 2-item power spike when your ADC still hasn't reached theirs.
So now, back to a little bit of semblance of sanity here in the bot lane. As you said, there's still that 2 CS lead, not really much of a difference, especially when they're farming so well here. 1045, and they're near perfect CS. I believe they're down. Everyone, the top lane, parry difference, and then the 2 bot laners are down about 15 or 20 CS from perfect.
Yep, and you know, very even the top side in terms of trading. Oh,
that's a really good petrifying gaze. Now Killering going to take the brunt of the damage, but now Chicago Tonin can he find the kill? Killering is going to go down. Great use of the stolen ultimate. Seldank memes for RP now going to fall on the top side. Desensitize is going to go down as well. If he can't get through, the Umbral Trespass is not enough. He's going to get out.
Yeah, that was pretty well played fighting in the top side, considering that with the its grand challenge, I believe is Fiora's ultimate, popping that grand challenge onto Seldank means that they were able to get a huge heal off, and Desensitize was not able to pick up that kill onto parry difference. So well played there.
And now the Drop Drift Herald in the top lane is going to secure first turret here. 12 minutes on the clock, and that is Doc picking up the kill, and now CKG going very low. The heal comes out by Chocolate Burger. The ultimate bullet time is out. Blonde Halfling gets flashed on. Now CKG has to back off, and Chocolate Burger, one more auto attack will do it, but he flashes away to safety as well.
Yeah, good stopwatch by Blonde Halfling there in order to stop up that double up from Misfortune, so he won't take a huge chunk of damage. And because he did that, he was able to survive, and then Vital doing a lot of damage to Chocolate Burger means that they'll be forced to back off as well. So we see that everyone, well, bot lane is around their power spot. They both have their first item. Ezreal working on his second item right now. Probably has plenty of gold to go on, and then Fiora already finishing the Ravenous Hydra, so she's going to be healing a lot from these vital procs as well as just this in lane sustain she has.
Celdank Memes for RP has built a Bramble Vest, although that's not necessarily going to do a whole lot against all of Fiora's built-in healing, and the fact that she's just pushing waves harder now in an empty lane.
Yeah, we do see Celdank Memes for RP is given the respect, just taking Krugs while the wave is all the way pushed up there. But Dog is going to go in onto
Chicago Tonin's in onto Killering, though. He's going to get stunned. That's double stun up from the Petrifying Gaze, but now already a kill completed as Parry Difference teleports in, gets desensitized with the stun. Desensitized, doesn't have the Umbral Trespass, can't use it. Dank Memes for RP now on the run. He's going to get stunned up under the wall. The Haymaker is here, and it's going to save him. Now Chicago Tonin is the subject of this next re-engage. Parry Difference flashes forward. Doc is going to take the kill there. Now Blonde Halfling uses a Solar Flare. Does not find anyone with the stun. And now Dog with Hat Gang rotates back to this newly spawned dragon.
Yeah, they're looking to pick up their first dragon for their team, while we had Pewter Time picking up the first one of the game. So it looks like it's going to be an Infernal Rift this game.
This one will be good for, actually, everyone. Both teams benefit fairly well.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out of everyone already, so getting the Infernal Drake will do definitely wonders. As for Doc, although being a tank, he'll start being able to do quite a bit of damage if he is able to get that Infernal Soul. Or even just Killering, considering that she doesn't need to buy boots. That's definitely a huge benefit of getting bonus AP from the Drakes.
And the, sorry, I'm using my Twitch Prime subscription. Shameless plug. If you have Twitch Prime, feel free to support us using your Twitch Prime free subscription. Yeah, the Infernal Drake, a lot of people just think about the soul, and we're definitely guilty of that ourselves, where you just look at, like, oh, who uses the soul best? But those extra stats, on someone like Cassiopeia, the extra AD and AP, that's huge for someone who already gets more AD and AP than everyone else.
So, yeah, and then that would just further create a difference between the teams in terms of power level in these team fights. We do already see that Parry Difference is very much so taking advantage of how much damage he's able to dish out while still healing. So increasing that with the Infernal Drakes is definitely going to put a strong hindrance onto Pewter Time.
Current gold lead is about 2,500 here for Dog with Hat Gang. Let's take a look at, yeah, it was just as I thought. It's basically all on Parry Difference.
Yeah, huge. While playing in the lane, going very even, other than poking out or CSing a lot better than Celdank Memes. And then trading very excellently as well, really utilizing how Fiora works. Right now, we have Chicago going in onto him though.
But that's a great shutdown there for Peter Time. They get onto Parry Time, Parry Difference. And now it could be a 2v3 here, because we've gotten the teleport from Chicago Tonin. While Desensitized knocks up Killering, he is going to use the Umbral Trespass potentially. He flashes forward, is going to use that. Pulls it out, and now he's grounded. He's killed. Killering, though, goes down to CKG in return.
Yeah, picking up this kill for CKG is pretty good, since it's the ADC, and the faster you can get to your power spikes, the better. But right now, Vital's stepping up a little close, up to set right now, getting pulled in, but won't be able to be too punished, considering he has the Arcane Shift in order to get out.
Celdank Memes for RP and Chocolate Burger, the support in the top lane, holding this outer bot turret here against the bot lane of Dog with Hat Gang. There is one Rift Herald on the top side of the map where Parry Difference is now heading. Looks like Parry Difference might just be split pushing. But let's see what the teams decide to set their focus on.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, as you said, it is quite a bit up. So, we see Peens coming out onto the Rift Herald considering whether they should be doing that, but Dog is right now in the bot side of the jungle with a minute left onto the Dragon. So they might be just looking to set up for that play rather than going for the Rift Herald, which would probably despawn by the time they would have time after the Drake. So if they wouldn't want to go for the Rift Herald, they had to go now, which looks like that's what Parry Difference is aiming for. Doc looks like he might get caught out here.
Yeah, Doc is going to get picked out here, but he is so tanky. He's only at half health after 3 members have focused onto him. However, he has used a smite, and he is backing off. And he, may be in trouble if Peter Time decides to go for the Dragon. They won't be able to contest it as easily.
Definitely not, considering that, not having... Well, now the flash back up. Parry Difference. Ooh, caught out right there. Pushing a little too far for that tower. Still thinking everyone's down in the bot side, getting ready for Dragon, but seeing that it's not up yet, they don't necessarily have to focus that objective at the moment.
And that's a really good pick, really good rotation there for Peter Time, because there's nothing that they lose on the map for that. Killering barely just got to the tower as they were killing Parry Difference, so now Peter Time can actually take this kill that they have on the map, and now the Dragon is up, and Parry Difference isn't up for another 7 seconds, and he doesn't have teleport, so this could just be a 5v4 Dragon win here for Peter Time.
Yeah, and grabbing these extra stat bonuses are definitely going to help out a lot, especially with having a Silas and a Kane right there.
Doc,
secured for the red side. Ooh.
Doc was very close to stealing that, but now he might be dead himself. That's going to be desensitized, getting the kill, following him, and the pickup of the Dragon and the pick there for Peter Time is going to bring them within 1,000 gold of even.
Yeah, and although the gold won't reflect it, having this stat bonus is definitely going to help out a lot, especially since their first Drake was the Ocean Drake. So that means that they'll be able to rotate really excellently after these team fights, or even if they just find a good pick, a small skirmish, and they get a little low, the Ocean Drake is going to help them rotate, and the Infernal Drake is going to help them win those little skirmishes as well.
I do have to criticize this TP that Seldank Memes for RP just made, because that turret has, has basically 1 health left. You're basically prolonging the inevitable, and it's not like, even at a quarter health turret, you can't solo that. You can't solo an inner turret like that for most people, but when it's 1 hit, literally anyone can just walk up there and hit it.
Yeah, I mean, Vital could honestly just walk up there and use his Essence Flux and just auto it in order to take down the tower, or just we have Parry Difference using the Lunge and then the Blade Works in order to take down the tower. But yeah, just prolonging an inevitable while wasting such an impactful cooldown right now.
And also because that impactful cooldown is the only one that his team had at the time. Chicago Tonin doesn't have his for probably another 100 seconds, I believe.
Let's see, it's a 6-minute cooldown, 300, it's a quarter left, so probably,
Desensitize is in on Vital. Vital flashes the wall, but takes Desensitize with him. Now the root comes out onto Duck. The ultimate comes out from Blonde, Halfling, and Chicago Tonin. Not going to really find anything. It's 1 pick onto the ADC, and now Peter Time pushes the mid and cracks that open like an egg.
Yeah, Peter Time taking advantage of catching out Vital right there, and since they don't really have that good wave clear other than having Killer Ring, they're going to take advantage of that, siege the tower, and get some good tower onto
Parry Difference on the flank.
Ooh.
He finds CKG. Now the grand challenge is issued. CKG having to flash away. Now Parry Difference on top of Chicago Toon, and Chocolate Burger going to go down. Doc gets the kill there, and now the mid turret is going to be traded back as Dog with Hacking answers.
Yeah, good rotation there by Parry Difference, and looks like they might be able to take this mid inner tower as well. Seeing that Parry Difference was in the top side the entire time pushing and keeping Seldank Memes there, Seldank Memes using his TP, so he won't be able to make any rotations, while Parry Difference still having his TP, so he can honestly go straight back to pushing out this top tower, but not exactly necessary to do, considering how strong he is at this moment. So he can really bring that influence to anywhere he wants, and looks like he's going to bring that said influence to the bot side.
And I think that is the good call, because the Baron is up and parry difference has teleport advantage over Seldank memes. He can actually go and push that inner turret, and it's going to have to be Chicago Tonin that responds. So I think that's a really smart call, because parry difference is... actually, I'm not sure if he's stronger. He does have 2 very strong items, but Chicago Tonin, if he can take the Grand Challenge, that might be an interesting 1v1 to see if it happens.
Yeah, Fiora is a little better at moving around his opponent to in order to proc the Grand Challenge, but if Chicago Tonin is able to get that off for himself, that's tons of healing for both sides. So we'll just have to see how well each player can play it out. Silas now, since those changes, is more of a bursty champion, but taking the Conqueror means that he can last in these longer fights, but I'm not sure how well he can last against a Fiora, who's doing so well in the game right now.
So now 37 seconds left on that second Infernal Dragon timer, and it looks like Dog with Hat Gang is going to center their focus around that. The Baron is just too hard to take at this point in time, and now Peter Time is going to respond, clearing out vision on their side of the jungle.
Yeah, and we do see that everyone is here now. No need to worry about the TP difference, but we might have a pick right now.
Desensitized, he just went all the way in. He's going to get taken down by Killering while he's in the Umbral Trespass. Now that's going to be CKG following, but the burst comes out, and Blonde Halfling goes down. Killering very low, but he's not dead either. It's a 3-for-1 already, and Vital might be going for something, but Chicago Tonin does so much damage, he's going to go on a killing spree, taking down the ADC as he falls.
But parry difference is still up and alive with that Grand Challenge available, means that he'll just pick it up off of the Chicago Tonin and leaving Chocolate Burger only one alive and not able to contest this next Drake. So it's possible we might be seeing a 7 Drake game, but we'll just have to watch and see.
Well, we're at least seeing a 6 Drake game. But that was kind of a head-scratcher how Desensitized went and, took that engage. He went over the wall, didn't find a knock-up onto anyone important, and basically just got bursted down 100-0 in half a second.
Yeah, Kayn is a strong tanky champion, but he's not tanky in the sense that he has a lot of health, but he's tanky in the sense that he can heal for a lot. So he needs to be able to find these knockups in order to stop a huge amount of bursts coming onto him, so he can control the fights a little more under his belt. Now we have a pick coming out.
Caught. He gets a huge haymaker off, but the stun comes out onto Desensitize. He is going to go into the thing, but that's just so much DPS, and now parry difference low, dead. CKG with the kill with the bullet time. Now Killering is on the run, and Chicago Tonin going to try and find him. He does get some damage, but I don't think it's enough. He does! Shut down! And Doc is going to follow. It's a 3-for-3 already. And now a 4-for-3 as CKG moves forward to try and complete onto Vital. But he has so much poke that it is going to be difficult for the bot laners of Peter Time to kill off that Ezreal.
Yeah, and they're making the right call, just pushing out the lane instead of chasing out the kill, since Ezreal has an excellent range advantage over both of them. So they should go ahead and just push out this tower, knowing that if he wants to try to contest, he has to recall and then meet up with them, or just run after them, which means that he'll be running right into their range, where they can kill him on the instead.
So that was certainly a standout fight there for Peter Time. They kind of got wiped in that last one, but this one just said, hey, we still got picked here. Seldank memes for RP really got locked up and killed fairly quickly, but they are down, not in fact out, winning that fight 4-3.
Yeah, Chicago Tonin is doing an excellent job, doing a lot of damage and being so tanky. Opting to build a lot of the Zonias, so then he will be able to have a little more escape options.
Now, parry difference may have found Seldank memes for RP. He has flash, but I don't think he can do it. Seldank memes is going to go down. Easy solo kill, and the top laner of Peter Time falls to 0-4.
Yep, and well, let's see how well. Oh, sorry. Dog with Hat Gang can capitalize on this kill they have. Since they are missing their top laner, means that someone else has to go and respond to parry difference.
And I think it's the
And
one
parry
person
difference
who
is so
actually
strong.
can, yeah. The Grand Challenge is issued. Now, Chicago Tonin's Grand Challenge is issued. He is going to get a lot of healing off parry difference, cannot survive all of that damage.
Especially with the rotation from Desensitized, so that's a good kill picked up by them. And having more kills on his side is going to be pretty nice considering how well AP Assassins scale into the game. He will see a damage drop off, but picking up Conqueror means that for these longer extended fights, he'll be able to skirmish his way out through, especially with the how much healing he can get from his Kingslayer and all that.
It's kind of the battle of the healing here in the mid lane. Killering versus Chicago Tonin, both of them with just an absolute metric ton of healing built into their kits. Not to mention Conqueror.
Yep, and but I feel like the Chicago Tonin has a little bit of advantage here, considering that Silas has the highest magic resist in the game at level 18, as well as the highest base health. So he'll be really tanky, even though he's building a lot of damage items, which means he, once again, can do an excellent job at these skirmishes while still having a burst potential from the 100% AP ratio from his Abscend. Or is it Abduct? It's one of the two. It's the E, but the second part.
Abduct? It's abscond abduct, right?
Yeah, abscond. It's either abscond abduct or vice versa.
Yeah. Okay, but Desensitized may have to go for the steal here. He is even in levels, but he doesn't want to get spotted out. So now CKG is here on the other side of the wall. Desensitized comes through. Doc is going to be here. Now, Selfink names for RP. Uses a giant haymaker. He is going to use the showstopper. Takes down the kill onto Doc. That is the jungler down. Now the sun comes out on the Chocolate Burger. The blonde halfling is flashing away. Vital now over the wall. Chocolate Burger cannot fight him alone. Vital gets the kill there, but he is going to lose his support in turn. Killering now the only one left here in the fight. Knocked up, killed. But meanwhile, parry difference is just split pushing to win the game. He's going to get the inhibitor easy peasy. The teleport comes out from Dank Memes for RP. And the Peter time, they're gonna go for the Baron at this point? What are they doing?
Yeah, they're going to be able to send more people on to respond for parry difference, considering how strong he is. While we have Vital right there, he's trying to distract them as the best he can. Not having minions right now is a downside. They're going to have to jump off the Baron, so well played by parry difference. Opening up the gates, taking down the Nexus tower, considering how fast that Fiora can take towers, considering now the blade work and the lunge both work onto towers. So very well played by parry difference there, taking advantage of everyone being at the Baron side, and he's already at the bot side, so he can go ahead and open up the gates like that.
Ultimates are available here. Chicago Tonin does not get stunned. Parry difference is going to have to run away here, but the ultimate used by the Kayn, Umbral Trespass, is going to get some damage off on the parry time, but the knockup is going to come through, not on the parry time, but on the blonde halfling. Desensitized now on the run. He's stunned. He's getting very low, and now CKG is being engaged on the flash away by Desensitized, and that's 2 kills already. Somehow no one has died on the side of Peter time.
Yeah, and picking up the Fiora is huge right here, since he is pretty strong on the team right now. So that's a good source of damage, and so it's pretty well that they managed to kill him without losing that much.
Ultimate is used by Chicago Tonin. He took Sejuani's, but that is going to be the shutdown used by Killering. The dragon goes down. Blue team gets it. It's Dog with Hat Gang here. Now Desensitized on the run. The flash forward by Doc does get the slow. The steal of movement speed by Desensitized is going to keep him alive for now.
Yeah, it's very surprising that Dog with Hacking was able to pull out the dragon, but probably a little bit of miscommunication about who's going in, and a lot of ultimates already used in that team fight, or in that pick against parry difference. Not having the bullet time available means that a lot of strong AoE difference was gone. And we have General VC saying that Set never joined that team fight earlier as well, so it was a 3v4.
But now the Baron is started up, and Dog with Hat Gang has gotten this low. The jungler is not anywhere to be seen on the red side, so that is going to be the Baron picked up for Dog with Hat Gang.
And it looks like this is a very strong turning point for Dog with Hat Gang right now. Seeing that we still don't see a lot of healing reduction built for the Kane or the Silas right now on the side of the Dog with Hat Gang. Not really giving them the respect for these team fights, as opposed for the other side where they have built a ton of grievous wounds on multiple champions.
I'm very confused as to why Desensitize didn't go for the steal there. You've basically got one auto-pushing lane already for Peter time. That bot lane, the inhibitor's down, you have to send someone to catch those minions, especially before they get the Baron buff on it. And then you've got Parry Difference, who is a one-man pushing machine on his own. So really, Dog with Hat Gang here, they can do a 4-1 push and have an extra lane pushing as well. And I'm just very confused as to why Desensitize let that happen without so much as a fight.
Yeah, that would have been at least a worthwhile fight to go on. I believe the bullet time was on or up very soon at the very least. So if they started a fight, we had CKG available to go for this fight. Oh. But now that everyone on the side of Dog Hat Gang has, Baron buff up, and so this is pretty hard for them to try to fight back.
Oh, by the way, I wish Matt would shut the heck up. Just,
Yeah, we both do have Twitch chat open. We do both have Twitch chat open.
So it's just like I said, the 4-1 push is happening here, and you can't just send one person to deal with parry difference unless it's Chicago Tonin. So parry difference is actually going to just get this inhibitor turret. He's going to move on to Desensitize, use the Grand Challenge. Meanwhile, it's a 4v4 here in the mid lane. Seldank moves for RP, taking a lot of damage here. He's burning low, ticking down, and now Chicago Tonin's here. He has the Petrifying Gaze. He's going to whiff it, but the ultimate comes out the bullet time, and meanwhile, the inhibitor goes down. No one's there to deal with it. Desensitize here in the fight, finally, gets the knock up on the Doc, but they're not finding any kills. Peter Time needs to find something because Seldank moves for RP cannot hold off parry difference on his own. Blonde Halfling goes down now. It's a 3-for-0, and that's killering. He's going to try and get Chicago Tonin. He does. Meanwhile, parry difference is expecting. He's expecting 1v2! Can he do it? He's gonna!
And that's going to be the game for a win on a Dog with Hat Gang. Doing an excellent job. Since we saw a lot of team fights go badly for Dog with Hat Gang, we saw most of the team fights going not in favor for them. Doing an excellent job, knowing that they have a very strong Fiora that can push these lanes very excellently, and Desensitize just ulting onto parry difference and then leaving to react to mid lane, going for the huge engage, try to wipe the team, but you don't have enough people to deal with parry difference. So doing an excellent job at distracting everyone while parry difference ends the game.
I think Twitch chat summarized it perfectly. It was Peter Time versus Parry Time, and in the end, Parry Time won out.
Yeah, well played by Parry Time right there.
Well, that's going to be our first game. Our second game is also a one-game difference fight. It is Gecko Slammer Armageddon versus Return of the Middlesticks. We'll see if GSM can back up some of their trash talk. Meanwhile, Return of the Middlesticks looks to continue their undefeated season. So nobody go anywhere, because we'll be back in just a few minutes.
See you there.
about ready to go, Mr. New Subscriber Man? Cool. Okay. Couple seconds real quick while I check all Discord updates. And in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello. And you want to go ahead?
Thank you, Rexgo Dragon, for the Twitch Prime sub. Wonder who that guy is. He sounds pretty cool.
Probably not. Probably loser,
Wait,
sick with a
you
little
can hear
corona.
Shit, you can hear my mic while I'm out of the... Well, that's not fun.
That sounds great.
I also forgot to change the team names.
Well, so while you're doing that, let me go ahead and introduce these teams. We have on the blue side, Return of the Middlesticks versus GSM. Return of the Middlesticks playing Tendies 2 with the Camille in the top lane, Divine playing Maokai in the jungle, Algu playing that Rise in the mid lane, Haley Kyoko and Ruhujin playing Draven and Thresh in the bot lane that they've won so many games on. While as for GSM, they have General VC on the top side, the Shiny Bidoof playing Gragas in the jungle, King Shamer playing Diana mid, and then Rito Torchic as well as Catalyst playing the Jinx and Morgana. Maybe a little bit of counter-picking there, grabbing the Morgana.
Okay, sorry, I'm very confused as to why, yeah, I'll switch Thresh and there we go. I'm very confused as to how Draven and Thresh got through draft again.
I was looking, so I was the one that was scheduling this game, and I saw that in the first few games they did ban out Draven, but this one they decided not to, prioritizing their bans onto something else, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see. Basically peak performance, I would have to say, with Return of Middlesticks versus GSM right here.
I certainly hope this is a very close game. I just the amount of shit I've gotten for ranking GSM solidly below Return of the Middlesticks. Either I look like an idiot if GSM looks like, you know, neck and neck, or everyone on GSM looks like an idiot. So, honestly, I'm hoping that they prove me wrong, because it feels worse to have multiple people shamed than just me.
Well, we'll just have to see how this game plays out. I do know the outcome, but I won't spoil anything. But it is going to be pretty nice to see if the undefeated team can keep their title, or if GSM can pull it out and show that they mean business this second round robin.
And GSM generally looks like a very good... Holy crap, Tendies.
Ooh.
He gets mobbed by all the ghouls. It's the ghoul squad.
Joe VC pulling out that patented New York that we've seen doing an excellent in previous games, and we're going to be seeing him play against Tendies, who usually contends pretty well against his top lane opponent. Not pulling out the Ivern and Rengar combo they usually have. I believe that was banned for this game, or for all 3 games actually.
It's a different tree here.
Yep, different tree. We have a much thicker tree, but still.
Ivern's that slim thick. Maokai is just classic, like Sir Mix-a-Lot levels of thick.
Yep, classic indeed. Not too much happening in this early game, but Real Torchic and Catalyst are learning from their previous experience, and giving a lot of respect to this Draven's early damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Giving up some point.
if they hadn't learned it, like last time they played Return to the Middle Sticks, which was week 1, then they certainly learned it while watching Return to the Middle Sticks games the rest of the split. I would contend that like Rito Torchic and Catalyst are probably definitively the second best bot lane, next to Woohoojin and Haley Kyoko's Draven Fresh, which somehow they keep getting.
Yeah, somehow indeed, considering how well Woohoojin can perform on Draven and Haley Kyoko can land these hooks very excellently. But picking up the Morgana here on the side of GSM is definitely a smart pick, considering that it can negate a lot of these pick potentials they have.
Yeah.
Seeing that it stops, yeah, you see that right there?
Morgana's just a really smart pick into this. And I think basically this bot lane is comfort picks galore. Rito Torchic, known for his Jinx games. Meanwhile, Tendies is actually going to solo kill General Vici.
Yeah, well played right there. Looks like Tendies was able to pick up a second Doran's Blade, maybe doing a strat I've seen before where you slow push a couple lanes into the tower, then you get a free back, basically. So definitely had the item advantage right there, especially with how stat efficient that Doran's Blade is.
And look at that, Tendies and General Vici just going at it, and Tendies does take some damage back, but the stun is going to come out. Haley Kyoko is going to find Catalyst, but they will not be able to find a kill. Catalyst gets away with a sliver of health and a heal burn by Rito Torchic. Now the Shiny Bidoof is not going to be able to find anything in the top lane.
Yeah, well played by Tendies there, considering that knowing that his hookshot will have priority over the Gragas interrupt. Usually it will interrupt depending on if you're on the second part of the dash, but while your hookshot is thrown out, that will always have priority afterwards, where no matter how far you're thrown it back, once that hookshot lands, you're going right back to it.
So far we have seen, something fairly unusual. General Vici, who is usually such a rock, sort of, in the top lane, doesn't really die, doesn't really carry, but is General Vici up there in the top lane. He has actually been solo killed. We see that Rito Torchic and Catalyst have been pushed under their turret. There's currently a 20 CS gap here in favor of Woohoojin.
Yeah, but they are looking to play him, I believe, towards the later parts of the game, considering how well each person on their team scales. Seeing that General Vici playing the York always scales really well into these later parts of the game with how well he split pushes. But Tendies being an excellent pick to match up with General Vici's pick. As for the side of bot lane, we have Woohoojin very dominant on the Draven right now, but considering that he can't really pick up a lead using that Draven Snowball-y League of Draven passive and cashing into Adoration stats, it's definitely going to have his scaling fall behind of how well Jinx can hyper-carry games.
Yeah, meanwhile, you also see like Gragas pick, the Diana, everything just kind of building up for GSM to be the sort of ultimate late-game teamfight team, where you should be able to let Jinx free hit. However, on the other side, you've got a lot of weird kind of picks for Return to the Middle Sticks. The Rise obviously scales quite well in the late game. Woohoojin is more of a mid-game pick, but mid-game is the new late game in this meta of League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we have a little disconnection issues from Algu right there, so he's going to miss out a couple minions since all of them were already pushed up into the to his tower. While we have Kingshamer taking advantage of pushing in the tower and looking to make something happen, but Tendies is going to pick up a kill using the Headset Ultimatum to dodge a couple of damage, and now we have an engage coming out.
Meanwhile, Woohoojin, he is going to actually go down to Kingshamer. Now the flash is away by Divine and Haley Kyoko. Can they find the low? They do. Divine, one more hit will do it, but don't think they can get in range. The flash forward by Catalyst, he's going to find it. It's 3 for 0. And meanwhile, in the top lane, as you said, Tendies finds his second kill on General Vici, but certainly GSM has won out on this side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like Catalyst wasn't... Unfortunately, that none of those kills went on to Rito Torchic there, not being able to his support not realizing that he reached level 6 in order to throw out the Super Mega Death Rocket. But picking up the kill is still very good here, meaning that still going to have a little bit of an advantage towards them and evening it out, while Genovici have him in the cage.
D-Shovel, can it do it? Tendies has no mana, Tendies has no health, and the shutdown finally comes out. General Vici manages to find something back for himself here.
Yeah, and York does an excellent job at scaling into these games. Not to say that Camille doesn't do an excellent job scaling with her how her Q can do late game just a million damage with that true damage part. So we'll see how well each of these champions will go.
Meanwhile, actually, Woohoojin dying in that first, in that fight there around the dragon. I think that's a really big part of this lane that we need to pay attention to as we get into more trades, because, you know, now that he has died, he lost most of his adoration stacks. What's he going to do now? And if he gets a kill, you know, he's not going to scale or snowball nearly as well as he has been in previous games.
Yeah, not having all of his adoration stats, or like having like 75% of his adoration stats gone, is definitely a big detriment to the early game plan that Return to Middle always runs with this Draven and Thresh bot lane. So, but if Draven can still pick up a couple kills and get some cash-ins, he will still be a pretty strong part into this later parts of the game if Haley Kyoka can find these good hit hooks.
But we do see still about a 30 CS lead. That's the equivalent of almost 2 kills in favor of Woohoojin.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to cash in from a CS difference, unfortunately. He's still looking to try to grab that kill so that he can start snowballing as strong as Draven does.
Yeah, not to mention as far as items go, they're damn near even. The only difference is the longsword for Woohoojin switched out for boots on Rito Torchic. Couple of potions and control wards and whatnot.
Yeah, but being how dominant that Woohoojin is in this lane and not really receiving that much poke, it makes sense that he would not opt in to buy or wait for just a potion. The Vine here looks like he's going to get caught, though.
Oh! The Thresh, savior of trees. FlyQuest call this man, but meanwhile General Vici is going to be engaged on by Tendies. The Maiden of the Mist is here, and I think General Vici will be the one winning the fight. He flashes out just to ensure that he gets his second solo kill on Tendies.
Yep, Tendies stuck in that little mini baby cage, the infant cage, and then just getting zucked on by the Maiden of the Mist, I believe it's what it's called.
Yep.
So just gonna go down there to General Vici, and General Vici is slowly taking back of control in this lane, being even in CS, but now he's the one with 2 kills as well.
And yeah, this lane is basically dead even. The only difference is General Vici got the shutdown first. Now Kingshamer gonna find a 2-man Moonfall. Can he find anything else onto Algu? Shiny Bidoof, Fat Man's coming in. Kingshamer on a killing spree. He's gonna go down to the turret. The shutdown by the Maokai. Meanwhile, the Flay is not going to connect, and Haley Kyoko cannot find a kill on the Rito Torchic.
And this is just pretty unfortunate considering that there was no Morgana ban. So the Morgana is coming out very excellently. We have seen the Morganas go against this duo before. So this Black Shield is doing an excellent job. Callus is doing a really good job at landing these Black Shields onto the correct targets. So no, well played right now by Callus, doing an excellent job making sure that Woohoojin can't get any kills off or take advantage of the lane.
Now the funny thing is, don't crucify me for this one, but honestly, I think the difference here in this lane, it's now that GSM has Morgana, I don't think it's necessarily like Catalyst playing super well to like Black Shield, Rito Torchic and whatnot. I think that's actually kind of a prerequisite for playing Morgana into this sort of lane at Diamond level. I think very highly of these players because I'm gold. But I think this is more Rito Torchic and Catalyst working together really well in order to keep... wow, that's just a gank there. but in order to
very...
keep themselves safe during these cooldown timers.
We have had I've been casting for this division for a while, and I've seen Woohoojin and Haley Kyoko play. They have gone against a Morgana that was not able to land the correct black shields. I believe it was Blonde Halfling that had the Morgana against this duel, and she could not connect with the right target of who to hit the black shield on for a lot of these games. And that was a big part of their downfall. So seeing that Catalyst is doing a good job at least doing what you believe is the prerequisite of playing Morgana into this counter matchup is a really nice change of pace, seeing that Woohoojin isn't exactly just stomping or steamrolling over his laner. And we're actually having a pretty good semblance of a close game, only about a 600 gold lead right now.
Just warms your cockles, doesn't it? Just seeing a Morgana play well here against Haley Kyoko and Woohoojin, who really, otherwise, I mean, they've been pretty dominant. Other than this game, and I actually didn't see the first GSM game against Return of the Middle Sticks, but they haven't really been contested other than that.
And just going a little off topic for that, we do see it's a Ocean Rift right now. We're going to see maybe some really big heals if it goes to the soul point, or just, getting a couple of drakes means that it's really good rotations for each team. Really good for General VC for pushing, or Tendies vice versa. Ooh.
Couple of good flashes to avoid Shiny Bidoof's gank. That's 4 men in the bot lane, and no one dies on the side of Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, a good flash from Haley Kyoko, not being able to land that hook right there. Real Torchic doing an excellent job, or just being pretty lucky. I don't know. I'm a gold player too, so don't know if it's luck or if it's actually skill, knowing that you need to stay so far away from the wall in order to not get hooked by Thresh there.
Well, if you ask Rito Torchic, it's all skill.
I'd imagine he would be. He's saying that right there. Tendi's backing up, knowing how much damage the ghouls are doing right now. So the tables have flipped around for the top side right now. General Vici is pretty oppressive, considering that he won't have to go for the he is an item ahead because he didn't have to go for the Tiamat. Since he pushes out lane very easily by himself, not needing Tiamat in order to help him.
Yeah, that Tiamat really is screwing Tendies over here. Oh, Divine might be a little bit caught, is actually forced to use the ultimate in order to disengage himself.
Yeah, his bot lane
was not available.
Yes, the bot lane was not in position in order to do that. Tendi's jumping onto General VC, looking to get some damage off. But since it's also pretty interesting here, the Maiden does magi damage. So whenever Tendi's grabs that physical shield from General VC, it's only going to stop a lot of his auto attacks, but not the damage that the Maiden in the Mist does.
Twitch chat talking about how Shiny Bidoof hasn't been watering bushes, but Maokai has been planting trees in the lane, throwing all these roots and saplings and stuff.
Yep. You have to water these bushes, make sure that they're nice and well. But we're seeing a little bit of a skirmish in the top side. Both of them, yeah, both of them having the Triforce now, but General VC is getting a little bit of the benefit because he has those ninja tabbies on his side.
Yeah, General VC definitely could have won. Oh, super mega death rocket from downtown. Rito Torchic, the man, the myth, the legend, is going to find a kill here now. King Shamer, level 12, is going to have that second level of the ultimate. Now Algu is going to go down. King Shamer with the kill credit there. It is a 2-0. General Vici escapes with his life. Woohoojin's here. Shiny Bidoof has ultimate. Is going to knock away that Draven, but now the hook comes out by the Thresh. It's a 3-man flay, and now Divine in the middle of the fight. He's going low. The ultimate comes out from King Shamer. Haley Kyoko now going to go into that stopwatch, but I think he's not alone for this world. It's a 4-0, and GSM is just giving it to Return of the Middle Sticks.
We see Woohoojin here. She's looking to try to pick up a kill on anyone just so he can get this big cash in that he's accumulated from lane. But seeing the TP coming in from General Vici, he knows he can't step up too far or he'll be caught out himself. And that's honestly not worth the risk of just trying to get one cash in when you could also risk losing all of those adoration stacks in return.
Yeah, it's essentially losing a carry versus getting a carry a little bit ahead. You know.
Yeah.
I figure we should start noticing the highlighted messages in order to encourage people. OMFG, it's Banana, who's also known as the Shiny Bidoof, says, S tier? Really?
I mean, we've seen previously they have done an excellent job in those previous games, but right now, GSM is doing a really good at playing around the Draven, while everyone else, General VC is doing an excellent job at versing Tendies. No longer the Ornn meta, so we don't have to see that anymore.
No, we don't have to see the Ornn meta anymore, but now the Engage by Divine is going to go on to Catalyst, but Kingshamer has already solo killed Woohoojin in the back. He's gonna die for a second time. Now Kingshamer doesn't have the ultimate, but he does have the Zanyas. Is not going. Oh wait, that's actually Catalyst going down. Now Kingshamer is going to get to use his Zanyas. Tendies has to run out. The root does not come out onto Rito Torchic, but he's in the middle of 3 people. Now Rito Torchic goes low, goes down. It's a shutdown and a 4-for-1 for the return of the middle sticks. They're gonna find this dragon as well.
Yeah, and we do see the Rise is scaling up in this later parts of the game. General Vici is pushing out this top side. It looks like he might even get a soul kill onto the Rise.
Rip in peace, Algu.
Ooh. Yeah, he was trying to defend that tower with the great wave clear that Rise has, but unfortunately he loses his towers and then loses his life being stuck in that little infant cage.
I mean, you're against General Vici, who's got his full Triforce, a Joram's Fist, and he's already been able to solo kill 2 people, or same 2 people, Tendies, twice, up in this top side.
Yep, and now he's picking up the kill onto Algu, but regardless, he is still a Rise. He's going to scale excellently into this later parts of the game. Once he gets, I forgot what was the power spike that generally we see Rise have. Was it like...
It's usually the 3rd item, or like finishing the Seraphs. I guess he's going for Death Cap here. But yeah, it's like 2nd or 3rd item, depending on how you build him. I'm not sure how you build him right now.
Me neither. But once he does reach that power spike, having the Conqueror will definitely help out in these skirmishes against General VC, who both of them will fight for a while, but having Conqueror on the Algu is definitely an advantage when fighting against a Yorick, I'd say.
So we actually haven't been paying attention to the gold lead at all here, and GSM has been in a gold lead for the vast majority of the game, but it hasn't necessarily been a large gold lead. It's all been between like 500 and maybe 2,000 the entire game. Like right now, it's 1.8k.
Which is a lot to say considering that they have 6 kills up against Return and Middlesticks right here. But they also have a lot of objective scores too. That's just to say how well Return to Middlesticks have been farming so far in this game. But seeing that for a good part of it, Woohoojin is still ahead of Rito Torchic and Algu still beating Kingshamer right now, but Kingshamer is finding a lot of these kills outside of roaming too. So props to Kingshamer being able to keep up with CS pretty well, considering how many roams he's gotten off to.
It almost feels like a reversal of roles, because remember last week when I voiced my power rankings, the reason that I put Return of the Middlesticks at S tier rather than A tier with GSM was basically that they played early game snowball comps, which take a lot more chutzpah to pull off. Whereas scaling comps, and I think I said this on stream, Kabi on TSM said, if you play for a scaling comp, you're not that good. It's a lot more reliable, it's a lot safer, and I think there's something to be said about the confidence, but the confidence hasn't paid off in this game. Return of the Middlesticks are down, and they haven't built that snowball.
Yeah, you can't... I wouldn't necessarily say that the necessarily playing for the late game is that like automatically means that you are a bad player, but they just played this early game so well, and we have Divine getting caught out right here.
And a pick on the jungler is a good thing, but we might have seen another pick on the jungler, but Shiny Bidoof is actually alive, and that's a flash from Elgu, who is going to take a lot of damage. Rito Torchic with the double kill, and now King Shamer looking to go back in, but this is a free Baron potentially, but Woohoojin puts his name on the board as he takes down Catalyst.
And he cashes in, but unfortunately a little too late, already taking up his second death. First one around like 70 CS, and then the next one 100 CS after that. So he's only going to get about 30 CS worth of adoration stacks, which varies. But not too much of a way to get back into this game, but still, picking up some kills is very nice for a Draven.
So now that gold lead has pushed to about 2k, and Rito Torchic is looking much stronger here. He has already finished his second item, and he's got 2 kills and change to work with when he goes back here, as opposed to Woohoojin, who hasn't quite finished his second item.
Yeah, looks like Woohoojin is aiming for an IE, but picking up the Headstrinker in order to survive this burst that King Chamber can pull out, as well as a Shiny Bidoof, considering that he's going AP, so he has a decent amount of damage coming out.
And another redeemed message here. Another redeemed message here. Again, the Shiny Bidoof says Zanya's and points out to me that Catalyst had his Zanya's up when he died to Woohoojin. Rip in peace.
Yeah. We do see 3 Zonyas on the side of GSM right there, so it's pretty... they have a lot of survivability, but Catalyst, unfortunately, not using the Zonias to survive.
GSM is going to give up this dragon, however. Now, Catalyst looks like he is going to go low. He actually does remember to use the Zanyas here, but he is going to die no matter. Oh, he flashes, and the killing spree comes out. Draven going to pick up a second kill onto Catalyst. Now the Shiny Bidoof goes down as Tendies gets low. Woohoojin to follow. Divine for a third, a fourth. Algu, does he make 5? Can GSM ace return of the middle sticks?
Oh, that was looking like a very good fight in the earlier parts, but once they started funneling in through that river, it made it really easy for King Chamber to get a huge Moonfall off, and then the Shiny Bidoof putting them into the Infant Cage makes it really easy for a Rito Torchic to pop off there, and using that Hurricane along with the Rockets. So very well played in return for the Gecko Slammer's Armageddon right there to pick up those kills and not turn out as an ace for them, and picking up a Baron for themselves for all of the team members, seeing that they're all up now.
And this is a 26-minute Baron now. GSM 6,000 gold in the lead, 5-3 on turrets, 20-10 on kills, and they're even in dragons. And that was, I want to believe that that was a strategic dragon give, so that Return of the Middle Sticks would then proceed to aggress onto them in the jungle in order to take that Baron.
Yeah, if anything, you know, if our caster brains can't comprehend the genius behind them, we can just always look to Rito Torchic saying it's all skill. It's all skill. It was all planned. Yeah, it's all skill.
GSM literally cannot make a mistake, because if they made a mistake, they were just sandbagging for later in order to instill false hope in Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, you know, it's all part of the late game plan.
It's the China in 2015 World strategy. They all did so horribly in Week 1 of Worlds, and then did so poorly in Week 2 that they got eliminated. But Chinese fans were still saying, we are sandbagging for playoffs.
But, well, let's see how Return of the Sticks can do in order to get back. Gold lead has expanded to about 6k difference, so pretty huge right now. But seeing that Return of the Sticks is keeping up with this dragon control, having two ocean traits on their own, means that they'll be able to contend and lane a little better. And if they can get this soul, that could mean it. That could be wraps, considering how much healing that Algu and Woohoojin can do.
Okay, so I was wondering about the vision here, because I thought General Vici should continue to push that wave in, but it didn't look like he could see anyone at that point. I was busy playing with the function keys because I couldn't remember which ones which ones controlled vision, but I don't think General Vici could see Return to the Middle Sticks there. I was going to criticize him about the lack of split pushing there, but wow, Tendies takes about half his health on a regular rotation from King Shamer.
Yeah, that little combo where you hit the Q into the dash into the pale.
Fell Cascade.
I mean, I can never remember these names. It's all Moon themed. You know, Moon W. Does a lot of damage.
Moon E, Moon Q.
But we have the tree going in.
Tree goes in, but he is getting cut down here. Rito Torch getting a lot of damage off Haley Kyoku, now going to flash forward, but he gets flash knockup on Shiny Bidoof now using the Zonyas, but he knocks back Algu, and now Tendies is going to find a kill onto Kinkshamer, and this might go poorly for GSM. They're going to find Catalyst as well. The ultimate not available for Rito Torch because he's already used it. Haley Kyoko gets flashed on by General Vici. Can they find one kill at least? No, they can't. The Maiden of the Mist can't get the last auto attack off, and Rito Torchic and General Vici watch as all three of their other teammates die.
Yeah, unfortunate pick onto King Shamer right there, but I do want to point out that Haley Kyoko was the one to pick up the kill, so that large shutdown will not go down to Tendies, which would have definitely used all that money into translating that into damage in order to maybe jump onto this ADC a little better or be able to duel out General VC.
So now, the objective timers, 20 seconds left on this third Ocean Drake. Whoever gets this one goes to Soul Point. We could potentially see a 7 Drake game, but it looks like Return to the Middle Sticks is grouping the members that they have around this dragon. They don't want to let GSM get to Soul Point.
Yeah, they do not want to be able to see that right now. Especially because if either team gets this Ocean Soul, not specifically really good on anyone, but or not specifically amazing on anyone, but really good on everyone right here.
And now the dragon is just going to go down first, but let's see if GSM can win this fight. Shiny Bidoof going to go into the Zonyas early. Divine cut down to very low health. He uses the flash to get out with the Lantern. Now, General Vici 1v4ing on the backside of the fight. Rito Torch is going to move forward, uses the heal to get onto Haley Kyoko. Haley Kyoko now is going to find the hit, but that is the QSS, and now 2-3. That is going to be Shiny Bidoof going down, but now it's 3 for 3, 3 for 4. General Vici's huge, but Woohoojin cannot finish it. It's a 4 for 4. But somehow, did I see General Vici getting turrets during that fight?
No, unfortunately, he was actually with his team, but managed to kill the Woohoojin. Or yeah, General Vici was in there in the fight instead of grabbing turrets.
Yeah, I thought I saw him taking a turret in the kill feed. I'm not sure if that was a bug or if he actually got a maiden hit or something off onto a turret before it died.
Playing Yorick, you always split push even if you're not really there. So it's just a Yorick thing, The game already recognizes it, so it gives all minion kill credit to the Yorick anyways.
Everything where the team doesn't kill it as a group, it was probably Yorick setting it up.
Yeah, probably. And that was huge right there for Woohoojin, grabbing a lot of kills, cashing in, and getting a Quadra, but not be able to find the Penta right there.
Yeah, he ended up getting chopped down by D-Spade. But now the Baron is back on the menu. 1 second left, it spawns now, and GSM looking to find their second. Return to the Middle Sticks, on the other hand, looking to deny a second Baron. General Vici not going to get the Infant Cage.
Yeah, but he is doing a lot of the damage with those ghouls, and we do see maybe a rotation coming down to see if they can collapse onto General Vici, but they don't know that GSM's right now onto the Baron.
Oh wait. There is no vision. No vision whatsoever. They have no clue. All they see is General Vici, and that is going to mean that the Baron falls in favor of GSM for a second time here.
That's pretty unfortunate. We did see the Whirling Death coming out to check if the Baron was there, but just a little too late and unable to get a steal or recognize that they were there for the Baron.
So now, Return of the Middle Sticks does have to hold against a Baron. Again, second time, one inhibitor is now down. General Vici has teleport, Kingshamer as well. In fact, all of the teleports are up on this map.
Yeah, seeing that they have all these TPs means that if a team fight happens, they'll be able to be there for the fight and really take advantage of these Baron buffs. Spreading it out all 3 lanes and doing a pretty right call, sending the 3 up to top lane or into a side lane per se, since the mid lane's already taken. We do see Chamber going to aim to join up with the team there, since the mid lane is already taken, so it's already going to push out pretty strongly by themselves.
Much like this last game, Dog with Hat Gang versus Peter Time, I do like the way that this is structured, where it's a 4-0-1 because of the inhibitor that's down in the mid lane. It means that someone is going to have to go deal with that, and if they don't, they can always rotate Kingshamer there because he still has the ultimate, or he still has the teleport, rather, if something breaks out on the top side. So you really do have like it's a 3-0-1 with the floating Kingshamer kind of halfway between in the top mid jungle.
Mm-hmm. And, having all these TPs up available means that Kingshamer can actually just start looking for picks in the jungle, not necessarily having to be near the lane, but also providing a huge presence into jungle, making them afraid to necessarily walk out of their base.
Alright, Jesus, okay. I said that I would read the highlighted messages, okay. Okay, everyone, listen up. Return to the Middle Sticks is gonna hop off their post, walk out of that cornfield, and caw on your asses. Y'all ever experienced a deep suck while you're about to get the slurp of a lifetime from the Rodham squad? You know what I'm talking about too, since my name is Liposuction Lane. Then after we've drained all of your life juice, our Crowstone will come down and eat your lifeless carcasses. Caw, caw, caw. Hashtag Return to the Middle Sticks fighting. I'm not gonna read all of them. I am not gonna read all of them. There's 4 of those in the chat. I'll only read the one.
If you guys want to hear it again, just clip it and just copy-paste it a couple times.
Copy-paste it a couple times, just spam the link, but that is going to be the flash out by Rita Torchic. He's not going to get caught a second time, but the turret goes down already. Now Algu gets flashed on by General Vici. Can he survive? No, he can't. He goes down, General Vici with a solo kill. Tendies is down as well. The inhibitor goes down for a second one, and now Vici and Kingshamer pushing the Nexus turrets. Can they find Haley Kyoko before the rest of the team gets there? It's a 3v3. Oh man, Woohoojin, he's gonna go low, he's gonna go down. Haley Kyoko, can she follow? And now, Divine falls, and GSM proves that they are not the inferior A-tier team.
S-tier, by the way, just a last note coming out. And yeah, well played by GSM there. They did an excellent job. As we said, Return to Middle Sticks still trying to do their early game plans that they always had, but not being able to have that late game strat against the powerhouse that is the hyper carry Jinx, as well as the really well scaled General Vici. Looks like that's going to be over, and not to mention that Kingshamer did an excellent job all throughout the game, roaming where he needs to be and picking up these kills. So, well played there by GSM.
Now, there is one interesting thing that I want to check, because this means that there could potentially be a tie with the 1-to-1 locked head-to-head. I'm wondering if both of these teams walk out of this season like 9-1. What happens? Which of them won faster? That ends up being the tiebreaker. Which of them won faster?
Well, let's see.
Let's find out. Was it a 2-1?
Let's check
out. It was a 2-1 both times,
one.
right? Yeah, it was. Okay, so
yes.
It's game time in wins during their series. You know what? We'll figure it out in a little bit after the stream is over. We'll send it we'll do some math and send it in the Diamond chat. But everyone, thank you for watching. Hopefully we even get tomorrow's stream at a little bit better quality than we had today, because we really are looking forward to bringing you GRLCS action in the same quality that we can provide during normal circumstances.
Yeah, hopefully we can be able to provide it. Since this is pretty unfortunate circumstances. The classes have been canceled for the rest of, or not canceled, but in-person classes have been canceled, and online classes will be going through throughout the semester. Means that we'll generally probably be at home for most of the time, and not you know, and not be able to be at the regular setup.
So this, as you just said, this may persist for the rest of the semester and consequently the rest of the GRLCS split. But for now, thank you everyone for watching. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow evening, 5:30, same time, Blessed Isles Diamond Cap Conference. You get to see the quote-unquote weak conference. So, everyone, thank you for watching, and this will be us for the evening. Good night.
All right, bye bye.